Hello everyone, I am back again today with a flip through of my very first boho journal that I've ever made. And I had limited supplies, so I didn't do quite everything that I wanted to do, but I think it turned out okay, and I'm hoping she likes it. This is for a swap. This is for Cassie at Dust to Roses, and she is just absolutely an amazing person. She is just a sweet friend, and I just love her dearly. So check her out. She is on YouTube, and she's also on Instagram as Dust to Roses, and she's also on Patreon. So if you are interested in seeing some of her gorgeous work, please go check her out. I made this for her, and I was kind of hesitant about it because I don't know. It's totally out of my comfort zone. I'm all shabby chic and things, but I think it's pretty. I love the colors together. I don't know if she will like it or not. She says she did. She's seen it and she thought it was pretty. She loved the colors, but I'm sure she probably wanted something more bright and vibrant, which I would like to do one of these days, but I just didn't have the supplies. I did make my very first boho bead, and I think I put way too much eyelash trim on it, but it is really cute in person. The camera is not doing it justice, but I've used some glass beads on each end, and it's just really cute. I did add a strand of different beads here that can be removed. All this can be removed here from the actual tassel. The tassel has all different kinds of things on it. There's just some vintage lace and fabric, different eyelash trims that come from Denise's shop. I have pearl beads that I got from Denise's shop. I've added different beads on the waxed linen thread just to add some more interest there. I love the tassel. I think it's really pretty. And it can be removed. It is just on one of these like O-rings, and then it's just clipped on here. So that can actually be taken completely off if she wants to move that. Right now it's just tied with some jute twine. A lot of the fabric I had come from Denise. She knew I was doing a boho journal, and so she sent me some fabrics, and I actually had purchased this boho trim, so she sent me some of this fabric, and it just matched perfect. Not sure where I got this, so I don't want to say because I'm not sure, but I had ordered some Cantha quilt pieces from Selena at Amore Fabrics, so that is where the Cantha quilt come from. And so there was a few different pieces in there that I used, and I'm not sure. I'm starting to get all my fabrics and textiles mixed up because I'm putting them in one container, so I'm forgetting where I'm getting some of those. I do know that this little gold piece came from Selena. I had bought a little mixed package of saris and stuff, and this was in there, and I just wrote my name on the bottom. I got this idea from Melanie at Handmade Stardust, and I know a lot of girls on Instagram are doing that, so I'm actually going to start making my own patches with my name on the back, which I think would be really cute. I think it adds a personal touch. As you can see, there's just lots going on. I wanted it really frilly. I've added a lot of different charms. I think there's 4 in here, and those come from Denise. I just took them apart, and because it was in one strand, and just made little charms. And I added one of the Antiques magazine pages for the cover, and all the book pages are vintage. This one came out of a sewing, I think it was a sewing binder, so it was like the 5-ring binders or 3-ring binders, I think, and it was from the early 60s or 70s. So I just added that as the cover. I like the colors. I tried to make all the colors go together. This fabric here, I think, I think it came from Melanie, but I am not sure. Like I said, all of my fabrics and stuff, I'm starting to get confused where I got them. This is another piece of that Cantha quilt that it's you know, if you know anything about Cantha quilts, they're double prints, front and back, and then hand stitched. And so I just added that there to kind of bring around some from here. And then this is a vintage playing card that I just added a coffee dyed index card and a vintage label. And then this is a calling card, I think. It's some type of a calling card. I purchased that from Melanie, I think. I'm buying from so many people on Instagram now that I'm getting confused. Let me put this up here. And so this is a top tuck here, and I've added a vintage letter, which look at the distressing on the envelope. So there's a letter in here. And this one is from, I don't see a date. I don't know the date on that one. And I think the date is actually written in the letter. Here is a vintage hymnal page. And then this is also a vintage book page. And it's just Proverbs. And then there's a beautiful vintage playing card. So I tried to stick with the same colors and try to make it, you know, really colorful, because boho is definitely colorful. There is a vintage book page from my birds book that I just purchased from, I think it was Stacy, I think, which I'm gonna do a video on her Instagram shop. And then here is let me get this all out. This book page here is from the Ideals magazine. And I love the Ideals. And so inside I just tucked this little certificate. It's from 1937, a guest check, and then one of my scripture cards from the 90s that I wrote. And then here is a vintage greeting card, which I love these. These are so cute, or a note card. I don't know what you'd want to call these. And I just wrapped it around like this. And then I added this, I think there's two things, yeah. There is a vintage Bible trivia card there. I got that from Selena. And then I just added a little piece of fabric there just for some interest. And there's just, who is this? Helen Steiner Rice. And I added this beautiful lace on this, just enough to poke out, but it brought the page out too. And then I just added these little charms all throughout, and it's a gold ball pin with a gold bead, like a little tiny bead, and then the gold charms. So I made those and just, you know, put them throughout. And then this is a vintage sewing page, and I added this match book, and this is from the Greenbrier, which is here in West Virginia. It is a, you know, really popular place here. And then I just added this vintage postcard there. A lot of people are using the match books in their journals. I wanted to add that to her for her because I know she uses them. And there is an envelope that I've just added some vintage trim there, and then another matchbook there. This pocket, and all my pockets have sewn, so that should keep them sturdy. This is just a, I don't know if this is Project Life or not, but I love the colors with this page. And then this is just a vintage card from a floral shop, and it's really nice and thick. And it's got roses, and Cassie, which is Dust to Roses, loves roses. So I wanted to add that, and I did add some more goodies that she will be getting that has roses in it that she can use in her journals that she sells or whatever. This was a vintage cardstock, and I can't remember where I purchased it. And it can be, you know, altered, and she can use that in her journals. there is a journaling card that I had made a while back, so I added that, and this lovely vintage picture of this woman in her garden. And then this is a French vocabulary card, and then here is a vintage letter from 1945. And then I added some of this, like, it's a, I don't know what type of material this is, guys, but it's kind of silky like, and this came from Denise, and I just made ruffles and put them on the edge of the paper. And that is dictionary. This is from a Little Princess book, and I just made a pocket here in the center and sewed that, and then added one of the first day issued envelopes, so she can use this however she would like. And it's got pretty flowers on it. I purchased that from Selena. And then here is another vintage postcard. This one is not written on, so she could use that one for whatever. And then on this side over here, I added, this was a calling card that did not have a picture. I think I got this from Melanie too. I'm not sure now. And then a vintage card. And I do know you can get these in Denise's shop. That's not where this one come from. This one was a gift in a Happy Mail. But you can get those from Denise's shop. And then I just added a little tab here with some of that fabric and put some bling, and then another little charm there. And here's the other part of that letter. And then right here we have this piece. I don't know what this, it's a Tampa Coin Club. This was sent to me in, I think it was like part of a purchase that I made from Instagram. I'm not sure where it comes from, but I just thought that was so cute that I wanted to add that. And then this is one of the envelopes that I've made, or pocket, I don't know what you want to call it. This just has some goodies in here. And I just took a bunch of different types of paper and a couple of Tina's printables from Shabby Dabby Doodle that I had left over, and just made a cute little cluster. And then I added a tag for her to do whatever she wanted. And then this cute picture there of the little girl in the grass. There we go. And then I just folded this. This is an embroidery page, and I love the flowers, and it's also sewn. And then I added coffee dot guest check, a vintage cancel check, and a vintage library card to go there. There's a recipe page. This has some lace on the edge. And then back here, this one is full. I have a vintage bank statement here, and a canceled check here. I love all the different colors and the punches that they used to punch out. And then I have this password card. It was for a game. I think it was the password game, I think. But anyway, I got this from Emily. And this I received in Happy Meal, so I'm not sure where I got it, but I love that. And I've been hoarding it, so I thought, who better to send it to than my dear friend Cassie. And then this is just a receipt from the bank here in town. I don't know what year that is. 1951. The other part of that envelope, I've added a vintage label, and the labels did come from Emily. I just remembered I purchased those from Emily. And Emily, if you don't know, is Emma Femmer's Treasures here on YouTube. She's, I think, just Emma Femra on Etsy. I think I've always said Emma Femmer's Treasures, but I don't think she's Emma Femmer's Treasures. I think I heard her talk about that, and that she had a limit of how long her name could be or something. So I think she's just Emma Femra. She has lots and lots of stuff in her shop. Supplies that you can go purchase, so go check her out. And then we're just going backwards. I added some more of that fabric and another of those cute little dangles, and those can be moved anywhere she wants. This is from Tsunami Rose, and it's just an envelope that can be folded up. I just left it as is. And then this bridge score pad I got from Sherry at Turquoise Dreaming. It just goes in there. And again, all the pockets are sewn to make it more sturdy. Excuse me, guys. And then here I just added a little bit of cluster of some fabric lace and some bling, and made this top tuck here with this, whoops, vintage postcard. And I don't remember where this one is. It's a national park in Maine. And then here is another vintage letter. And it is just, I love how the handwriting is, and it's so delicate. So I wanted to send her some of my vintage ephemera. She loves vintage ephemera. And then another picture where they're in the ocean. You can even see the pier in the background. And then a vintage playing card, which I'm not sure. I got that from one of the 2 shops that I just purchased from on Instagram. So I'm not sure. There's a tab here that I made with the fabric and added some bling. And then that's the back, and of course the cover sewn. So that is it. And I hope that you like this, Cassie. I put my heart in it for you because I know what you're going through right now, and I am praying for you and your son. And I really appreciate your friendship. You are just a sweetheart. So guys, go check her out and show her some love and support. And when I get her journal, I will, you know, do the flip through and show you what she has sent me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you all, and welcome to my new subscribers. I will be doing a What's in the Tin giveaway again soon, so stick around for that. And I have my guest design team project coming up for Denise too. So be watching for that. Thank you guys. Have a blessed day, and I will see you soon. Bye.